Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, and this is the second poetry piece, the second video of several. After this poetry reading, we're going to have a devotional video in a little bit, so stay tuned for the devotional. This second poetry reading, I wanted us to talk about something that I struggle with a lot, and that is trying to pretend to be normal, trying to act like everything is fine. I try really hard sometimes to be perceived as normal, to be perceived as healthy, to have other people around me treat me in a way that makes me feel like I'm not sick, that I don't have schizophrenia. And it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of energy to put up a mask, to wear a mask that is not you, that just is a lie. Because I wish a lot of the time that I wasn't sick. I wish a lot of the time that I didn't have schizophrenia, that I was like everyone else, that at most, maybe I had a little bit of anxiety or a little bit of depression or something not as serious that I could handle, that I could control, that I could persevere and fight through without having to attend therapy or antipsychotic drugs or medication. Something that I could battle and win and feel like I'm winning against. But that's just not my case. Instead, Heavenly Father made it that I struggle, that I have to persevere, that I'm battling an illness that never takes a day off. Schizophrenia never goes on vacation. It never takes a moment of rest. It doesn't rest on Sundays. It constantly is up early in the morning and gives me trouble from sunrise to sunset, and in the middle of the night I'm hallucinating when I'm trying to sleep. And so I never have a waking moment by myself. I'm always trapped in a room with something that I hate so much. So I wanted to read this. It is called The Mask of Me, and it is my second poetry piece today that I'm gonna read for you guys. So, part 1, The Morning Show. I wake and dress in silence, slow. The mirror doesn't smile or glow, it just reflects what others see. A face that's trying hard to be the version they will accept and praise, a citizen in patterned days. The coffee brews, the toast pops high, I nod at ghosts just passing by. I pack a lunch, I pack a lie, a practiced glance, a muted sigh. I tie my shoes, I fix my hair, and hope they won't know what's not there. In lines and halls and waiting rooms, in small talk tones and office zooms, I mimic laughs, I match their nods while battling internal gods. They don't see smoke curl at my feet or hear the whispers in the heat. I lock away the phantom fire, the neon chair, the crawling wire. I pocket pain and wear a grin, the daily game of blending in. My mind is a war, but all they see is someone sipping herbal tea. Part 2, The Midday Drift. The boss says, great job on the pitch. I blink and nod and scratch an itch, but through the blinds a vulture stares, its wings made out of whispered prayers. It isn't real, I know, it's not. Still, every nerve feels tied in knots. A coworker tells me I look tired. Another says, hey, you're so wired. I laugh too loud and fake a yawn, hoping they'll move their judgments on. If they could hear what buzzes near, they'd drown in my electric fear. I walk the halls with steady feet, white shadows crawl beneath the sheet. of fluorescent light and plastic smiles. This place, this life, these human trials. The meeting room becomes a stage. I choke my panic, cage the rage. They never ask, "Are you okay?" They'd rather talk about the day, the weather, stocks, the football game, while I forget my own first name. It's not their fault. They simply can't see through the calm, rehearsed enchant. Part 3. The evening unravel. The sun dips low, the traffic hums, my thoughts grow sharp, the silence drums. The masks I wear begin to fray, like paint that peels at the end of day. The TV blinks with static light, but speaks in tongues to me tonight. My phone buzzes, no one's there. I check again, I sit and stare. The walls begin to softly breathe, their plastic lungs beneath the wreath of family photos, tilted frames, each one a life I will never claim. I try to pray but lose the thread, the demons dance inside my head. I try to read but words distort, they shift like waves in jumbled port. Still I rehearse what others do, Netflix, food, a drink or two. I mimic peace while drowning still, I smile as if I've tamed the hill. No one knows I bite my tongue to silence voices speaking young. A child's scream, a father's curse, a sermon echoing far worse. Part 4. The Nighttime Confession. I take my pills, I count them twice. They numb the noise but steal the spice. They keep the wolves outside the gate, but also dull the love, the hate. I dream of freedom, dream of rest, of being known, of being blessed. But in this world I wear the skin of doing well and fitting in. They clap, "You're strong, you've come so far," but don't see who my monsters are. They don't know how I miss the sky when thoughts of jumping flutter by. Yet still I wake, I try again, I brush my teeth, I count to 10. I text a friend, I pet the cat, I face the storm beneath my hat. For every day I pass as sane. For every day I pass as sane is one more day I bear the strain. But maybe I'm not meant to hide. What if I brought them all inside? Let them see my haunted halls, the laughing mirrors, crying walls. Perhaps then they begin to see the strength it takes to live as me. So that's what I wrote, guys, about wearing a mask that just, at times it gets too difficult to wear and you want to take it off, but you're afraid to take it off because if you do, you don't know how other people are going to react, if they're going to react negatively, if they're going to shun you, if you're going to be the black sheep of your family, if people are just going to leave and walk away because they don't want to deal with a crazy person. It's scary to think about if people saw the real me, if people actually accepted me for who I am. And I know they probably won't, because it's already difficult to accept normal people. So now you're gonna try to accept a crazy schizophrenic who hears things, sees things, is paranoid, is delusional, and has psychotic episodes. Yeah, right. But that's something I struggle with a lot. It's just, do I choose to be myself during the daytime and risk losing people? Or do I wear a mask and pretend to be someone I'm not? That's the choice I have to make on a daily basis. So I'm going to include the link of this poetry piece in the description of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what I wrote, and I will talk to you guys later. The devotional video will be tonight, probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then after the devotional, I will go live for a little bit. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. I'm praying for each and every one of you. Peace.